Have you ever imagined that the glass of water you drink every day could have once come from a toilet? The idea sounds shocking at first, yet it represents one of the most advanced achievements of modern water treatment technology. In specialized facilities, wastewater from toilets, sinks, and showers isn't discarded. Instead, it enters a fully closed-loop regeneration system. Coarse waste is removed, organic matter is biologically broken down, and the remaining water passes through ultra-fine filtration membranes, reverse osmosis systems, and multiple layers of disinfection. The result is crystal clear, safe drinking water, born from a source once deemed unusable. This is the remarkable journey of water's rebirth, where cutting-edge engineering transforms the unimaginable into reality, paving the way toward a sustainable future for one of humanity's most vital resources. Clean water is not only a vital necessity for life, it has also become one of the most valuable industries in the modern world. According to global estimates, the water treatment and recycling market is rapidly approaching tens of billions of US dollars annually, making it one of the most heavily invested infrastructure sectors of the 21st century. What was once a matter of resource conservation has evolved into a true economic pillar, one deeply tied to energy security and urban development. What makes this process even more remarkable is the immense production scale achieved by modern facilities. In countries such as the United States, Israel, and Singapore, advanced recycling systems generate hundreds of millions of gallons of purified water every single day, enough to sustain the daily life and industrial needs of millions of people. These numbers prove that water recycling is no longer an experimental technology, but a fully realized global solution. By uniting economic potential with industrial capability, water recycling is demonstrating itself as a sustainable path forward, one that not only addresses the growing scarcity of water resources, but also builds an enduring industry with benefits that will shape the future of human civilization. The journey of water treatment begins deep beneath the city, within a vast network of underground sewers where every drop from toilets, sinks, and even industrial facilities converges. This immense flow arrives at the treatment plant carrying an unpredictable mix: shredded paper, plastic bags, wooden branches, sand, gravel, and even grease. To prevent the entire system from clogging, the process starts with a row of stainless steel bar screens. Standing tall like the first gatekeepers, these mechanical grids trap large debris, from rigid plastics to scraps of fabric, ensuring that the flow downstream remains unobstructed. Once past this initial barrier, the wastewater flows into the grit chamber. Here, flow velocity control plays a crucial role. As the current slows, heavy inorganic particles like sand, gravel, or fragments of glass settle to the bottom. Mechanical scrapers continuously collect the accumulating sediment, pushing it into designated hoppers for removal. Eliminating these abrasive materials early on is essential to protect pumps, aerators, and pipelines from premature wear and damage in the later stages. Meanwhile, the remaining water continues its journey, carrying on its surface a shimmering layer of oils, grease, and floating scum. Surface skimmers move methodically across the basin, sweeping away each thin film to clear the flow. From above, their motion resembles a protective veil, stripping away the most troublesome elements before the liquid enters the intricate biological and chemical purification phases ahead. Through this series of preliminary treatments, the chaotic stream that once surged through the city's sewers begins to take on order, freed from its largest impurities and ready for the delicate process of purification that lies ahead. In the primary treatment stage, the wastewater that has already passed through bar screens and grit chambers is directed into enormous settling tanks. These structures, often circular or rectangular, can hold thousands of cubic meters of water and function as temporary basins, where the flow slows dramatically. As the velocity decreases, heavier organic particles, such as fecal matter, food residues, and shredded paper, begin to sink to the bottom, forming a dense layer known as primary sludge. On the surface, mechanical skimmers move continuously in circular motion, collecting floating grease and debris to leave behind a clearer middle layer of water. Through this simple but powerful mechanism, the sedimentation tank serves as the first line of defense. Without this step, the massive load of solids and floating waste would easily overwhelm the downstream systems, reduce the efficiency of biological treatment, and even clog the fine filtration membranes. You can think of the sedimentation tank as a coarse net in the purification process. Not precise, but strong enough to catch the largest and most troublesome particles. Its impact is significant. It can remove up to half of the suspended solids and a substantial portion of the organic pollutants before the biological phase begins. The sludge collected at the bottom is pumped to a separate treatment facility, while the clarified water above continues on its path. Thanks to these massive primary clarifiers, the entire system downstream can operate stably, bringing wastewater one step closer to being clean, safe, and ready for reuse. Once the water has passed through the primary sedimentation stage and most of the solid waste has been removed, it enters the decisive phase. Biological treatment inside the aeration tanks. These are massive concrete basins, several meters deep, equipped with thousands of fine air diffusers at the bottom. Tiny bubbles rise continuously, stirring the entire water column and delivering a steady supply of oxygen. Within this oxygen-rich environment, billions of aerobic microorganisms come to life, consuming and breaking down the remaining organic compounds. In truth, these microorganisms are the invisible tiny workers, tirelessly cleaning the water day and night. As oxygen fills the tanks, the activated sludge begins to form clusters known as flocks, binding countless microscopic particles that remain suspended in the water. The mixture then flows into the secondary settling tanks, where gravity takes over. The flocks sink slowly to the bottom, carrying with them the last remnants of organic matter. Mechanical scrapers move in slow, steady circles, gathering the excess sludge and transporting it to a separate treatment zone, while the upper layer of water gradually clears. At this stage, the transformation is striking. Most organic matter and suspended solids have been eliminated, and the murky liquid has turned visibly cleaner. Yet hidden within are still dissolved impurities, trace metals, bacteria, and chemical residues, awaiting the final, advanced filtration phase that will bring the water to its highest level of purity. The water leaving the secondary settling tanks appears much clearer, yet within it remain countless microscopic particles and microorganisms, far too small for the human eye to detect. To remove them, the flow is directed into massive filtration chambers, where layers of dark membranes are arranged in sequence. This is the microfiltration system, functioning like an ultrafine gateway that blocks bacteria, parasites, and the tiniest suspended solids. Each drop of water passing through these membranes undergoes one final screening before facing its ultimate test. Immediately afterward, the purified stream is pumped under tremendous pressure into rows of white cylindrical tubes, the reverse osmosis modules, the very heart of the entire system. Inside each tube, multiple layers of semi-permeable membranes are tightly wound, their pores hundreds of times smaller than the width of a human hair. Here, every molecule larger than H2O is stopped in its tracks. Minerals, heavy metals, pharmaceuticals, and trace chemicals are all separated out. Only the purest water molecules slip through, merging into a crystal-clear stream. The pressure inside the system can reach tens of bars, many times greater than atmospheric pressure, driving a process that is both powerful and exquisitely precise. By the time the water exits these white cylinders, it has achieved an extraordinary level of purity, shimmering like liquid crystal. This is the decisive transformation point, where cutting-edge technology turns wastewater into water that's clean enough to drink. While the purified water moves on to its final polishing stages, the collected sludge from the sedimentation tanks begins a separate journey of its own. This dense mixture is pumped into massive anaerobic digesters, sealed tanks where microorganisms thrive in an oxygen-free environment. Inside, they break down organic matter and release methane gas, a renewable source of energy that can be harnessed to generate electricity and heat for the very plant that produced it. Once digestion is complete, the remaining sludge undergoes pathogen removal and drying, transforming into nutrient-rich biosolids. Far from being discarded, these biosolids are reused as fertilizer or soil enhancers, enriching farmland and closing the loop of sustainability, where waste is reborn as both energy and nourishment for the earth. The crystal-clear water emerging from the reverse osmosis system may appear perfect, but it still requires a few final steps before it becomes safe and ready to drink. The first is mineral rebalancing. Since reverse osmosis removes nearly all minerals, the water can taste flat and lack nutrients. By adding small doses of calcium, magnesium, and bicarbonate, its pH and flavor are restored, bringing back the fresh, natural taste of spring water. Next comes final disinfection. Even though most microbes are already gone, ultraviolet light or a tiny amount of chlorine is applied to eliminate any remaining pathogens. Smart sensors continuously monitor turbidity, pH, and residual disinfectant levels to ensure full safety compliance. Once purified and balanced, the water flows into sealed storage tanks, often located underground to maintain temperature and purity. Finally, quality control completes the cycle. On-site labs test samples for clarity, minerals, and safety, while sensors across the network send real-time data to control centers. Every result is checked against global standards to guarantee purity. Thanks to this precision and oversight, recycled water today doesn't just meet expectations. It often exceeds the quality of conventional tap water, proving that technology can truly bring waste back to life. The journey of transforming wastewater into drinkable water has already proven the power of technology in regenerating one of Earth's most precious resources. Yet the global scarcity of fresh water isn't solved by recycling alone. There is another path, harnessing the vast potential of the oceans. Seawater may seem infinite, but to turn it into something we can safely drink, it must undergo an equally rigorous process. From the open sea, immense intake pipes draw in millions of gallons of water and channel it toward the shore. There, the first stage begins: pre-filtration and pre-treatment, the crucial front line that shields the system from damage and contamination. Stainless steel screens intercept seaweed, plastic debris, and shells, while sedimentation tanks and mechanical scrapers remove sand, silt, and oil residue. By stripping away these coarse impurities from the very beginning, the seawater becomes clean enough to move on to the next, far more sophisticated stage, the desalination process, where salt is separated from water molecule by molecule. This marks the start of a technological odyssey, one that turns the ocean's boundless expanse into a sustainable source of life. The pretreatment stage may have already captured large debris and sediments, yet seawater still carries countless fine particles and microscopic organisms. To prevent these from clogging the heart of the technology that follows, a phase of fine filtration is introduced. Inside massive filtration tanks, black hollow fiber membranes act as ultra-thin barriers, blocking algae, bacteria, and even the tiniest remaining particles. The initial filtration stages are only the beginning. The decisive phase unfolds within the reverse osmosis system. Under immense pressure, seawater is forced through semi-permeable membranes, each pore hundreds of times smaller than a strand of hair. This invisible wall allows only pure H2O molecules to pass through, while salts, heavy metals, and trace chemicals are left behind. High-pressure pumps generate tens of bars of compression, transforming the salty, murky mix into a stream that's nearly pure. Yet as it leaves the RO modules, the water is so pure it becomes almost empty, and that very emptiness must be corrected. Precise dosing systems add small amounts of calcium and magnesium to rebalance pH and restore a clean, natural taste. Next comes disinfection, Ultraviolet light, or ozone, eliminates any remaining microorganisms, while a trace of chlorine ensures long-term safety through the pipelines. Every parameter is monitored in real time, and lab samples are analyzed constantly. Only when all standards are met is the water pumped from storage tanks into the distribution network, flowing through miles of underground pipes to homes, hospitals, and factories. It is a complete cycle where the salt of the ocean is transformed into safe, drinkable water, a testament to the remarkable power of modern technology. From water sources once thought unusable, technology has created a new path, transforming, purifying, and returning to humanity clean, drinkable water. Behind every drop from a faucet lies a sophisticated process that blends engineering, biology, and precision filtration. The outcome is more than safe water. It's proof of how human creativity turns scarcity into renewal. If this journey inspired you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. More incredible stories of the unseen technologies shaping our world are coming soon.